तुमसे मंजूर क्या कीजिए, किस्मत को है मंजूर क्या कीजिए, किस्मत को है ये मंजूर क्या कीजिए। दिल कह रहा मुझसे मयसर कर भी आओ, वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है, वो जो अधूरी सी बात बाकी है। करते हैं हम आज कबूल क्या किए, मिलते रहे बादस्तूर क्या किए। दिल कह रहा ना 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 ना, वो दो पूरी सी याद बाकी है। फिर ले आया। Am I audible or not? Let me check. Okay, let's start. These are the validating references with lifetime. Okay, we are going to talk about the lifetimes. Lifetime is a new concept that exists in Rust only. uh, what lifetimes decide, like lifetime gives the validation to the references means the pointers. uh, I mean it gives the kind of expiry time to the references so that compiler can know what's the lifetime of that particular reference. Mostly lifetime are used for that. So let's deeply dive into it. चलो ठीक है. Lifetime, another kind of generic that we have already been using. By the way guys, today I got liquidated. I lost my again I lost my rupee. छोड़ो यार. ठीक है, और बताओ भाई क्या चल रहा है. एवरीथिंग इज गुड और नॉट. सब सही चल रहा है कि नहीं भाई, बता दो यार. ठीक है. ठीक है. रेस्ट रिक्वायर एनोटेट. एनोटेटिंग लाइफ टाइम इज नॉट इवन अ कंसेप्ट. मोस्ट अदर या इट्स ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड हैव, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी फैमिलियर विथ. ठीक है. ठीक है. डैंगलिंग रेफरेंस. व्हाट इज डैंगलिंग रेफरेंस? ठीक है. द मेन lifetime is to prevent the dangling reference. So let's talk about the dangling references. Okay. I will give an example first. Let me read. Okay. Declare variable without giving them. So at first glance this might appear to be confused. ठीक है. Then the inner scope and we attempt to print value in R. Okay. This code won't compile. Yeah, it's okay. At least you are getting laugh. और बताओ क्या चल रहा है? के घर कब आओगे हमें, कि तुम बिन ये घर सुना सुना है। अगर मैं ऐसे गाऊंगा मेरी तो चिट्ठी भी नहीं आएगी। मुझसे सब परेशान हो जाएंगे। इतना बेसुरा गाऊंगा, इतना बेसुरा गाऊंगा कि अरिजीत वापस आ जाएगा इन प्लेबैक सिंगिंग में। Oh, guys, do you know that Arijit Singh just retired from just playback singing, not from the singing? Okay, I mean he already launched his like Orion Music label. Okay, and let's talk about this Orion. This is Orion label music. This is like that. Huh. Orion Music founder like Arijit Singh. So he mostly now after retiring from the playback singing, he mostly going to involve in his music as well. He want to become independent artist like Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, like in foreign country. I mean Western singer mostly do na. So he want to be like that. So that's why that will be good for music as well. घिसी पेटे गाने हमेशा भाई। ठीक है, अबे यार भाग गया वो। चलो कोई नहीं, पढ़ाई की बात कर लेते हैं दोबारा। ओके सो आर इज ए डैंगलिंग रेफरेंस है, ठीक है। लेट मी ओपन माय कोड एडिटर। ओके या वेयर इज माय कोड एडिटर? दिस वन। के घर कब आओगे अर्ज किया है से गुलाब है को गाना भी नहीं आता है। My friend not speaking to me, feeling very sad, mixed feeling. I don't know why it happened with all good people. I sometimes messed up, right? Okay, oh sorry. यार क्या बोलूँ मैं यार, अब समझ नहीं आ रहा। कार्बो न्यू एंड व्हाट इज द लाइफ टाइम? Feeling a little bit sad today. I mean past 2 days, but that's the life, how it goes. क्या ही बोलूँ यार, काम ही नहीं हो रहा यार। ठीक है, Okay. So let's talk about the dangling reference. Let's say I'm creating a variable. Okay, that is uh, scope is global. Okay, here, and let's say I'm x is equal to 5. Okay. Oh, sorry. And I am referring to the reference to the x. Okay. Now, now, that's the main thing. Um, let's say I'm trying to print array here. Okay, it will give the error. Why is that? Because the x scope is only between 8 to 10. Okay, and r scope is bigger than x1. Okay, but let me rerun this, then you will get to know like why it's getting error. So yeah, this is the error you're getting right now. This one, look, borrowed value doesn't live long enough. Why? Because x scope is up to this line, this line, but it will not exist after that. So that's why r is a dangling reference right now, because r referencing to the x, but x already gone, so that's why it is dangling reference. Okay, yeah, simple stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's move to the ये हमने पढ़ लिया. ठीक है. Rust compiler has a borrow checker. Okay, so there is a borrow checker that embedded in compiler. Borrow checker is kind of program. ठीक है, that compares scope to different whether all borrows are don't forget to like, guys. Yeah, so let me share this as well. अर्ज किया है जैसे एक मिनट, let me share everything to my चलो अभिषेक को शेयर कर देता हूँ. क्या और क्या है, ठीक है. तो Rust compiler is a borrow checker that compares the scope of different variable. Okay, so whether or borrow are listing, so that's why compiler we get the error here. ठीक है. So ठीक है. Okay, so let me check what is happening here. Oh my god, I got 3 likes. That's good. I know. Anything you want to ask me, you can ask. अरे भाई साहब, एक भी व्यूवर नहीं है. ये क्या हुआ? 0 व्यू फर्स्ट टाइम. YouTube will kick me out. इतने बड़े बड़े सर्वर ले लिए YouTube पे मैं तब भी 0 व्यू आ रहे इसके. ठीक है. ओके, द कंपेयर स्कोप टू डिटरमाइन वेदर ऑल बोरो आर वैलिड. ठीक है. सो बोरो चक्कर का यही काम होता है. Here we annotate the lifetime of R with a okay, X with P can see B block is smaller than. ठीक है. हाँ, we already discussed about that, right? हाँ. Will it work or not? Yeah, it will work. तो लाइफ टाइम क्या करता है कि ठीक है, देख लेते हैं थोड़ा सा और देख लें, थोड़ा और पढ़ लेते हैं इसे. वेट, देखो जो ये चीज़ बता रखी है ना, ये लेट से बोरो चेकर क्या करता है कि बिहाइंड द सीन ऐसे ही चेक करता हो कि ये लाइफ टाइम ये ए है. ए मान लो कि कोई वैल्यू एक्स वैल्यू मान लो, बट इसका स्कोप यहाँ तक है, सो ए मस्ट बी ग्रेटर देन बी. क्यों? क्योंकि इसका स्कोप यहाँ तक है, और वो कैसे पता लगता है कि एक्स एक्स दैट हैव लाइफ टाइम बी smaller than A, that Borrow checker does that behind the scene. Let's compare the lifetimes. I compare the scope lifetime because R will be live long in comparison to more. I mean, yeah, more lifetime, higher lifetime, more life, higher life, मतलब higher duration. हाँ ठीक है, जो भी है समझ जाओ। इसमें मतलब प्रोजेक्ट है बिकॉज बी इज शॉर्टर देन ए, ठीक है। ठीक है, लेकिन इसमें एक चीज़ है। बी ब्लॉक इसमें ठीक है। ठीक है, बट यहाँ पे रिजेक्ट क्यों नहीं आए? ठीक है, एक बार देख लेते हैं। से आई डू लाइक दैट, जिसको जो भी मिलता है देर सबब नहीं मिलता, मुझसे बोले मन मेरा सब नहीं मिलता, मेरे को आगे गाना नहीं आता, मेरे को तो ये भी नहीं आता। ठीक है, ठीक है, समझ गया, वही है। ठीक है, जनरिक लाइफ टाइम वी विल अंडरस्टैंड विद अ पर्टिकुलर एग्जांपल। ठीक है, लाइक व्हाट आर द लाइफ टाइम्स हियर। लेट मी चेक माय वॉइस इज कमिंग और नॉट। थोड़ा सा गाना की आवाज़ भी सुन लेता हूँ। Am I irritating? Of course. ठीक है, ओके, सॉरी। काब गोरे रंग ते तुलावे गुल कंद ते, मैं न माना कदर न मैं न माना हुडरा we'll write a function that's to return the longer to string. I'm planning to buy a guitar next month, and then I will come live on YouTube, little bit do strumming also. I will learn this also. We'll write a function that return longer of 2 string slices. ठीक है, return the longer 2 string slices मतलब this function will take 2 string slices and return a single. Okay, ठीक है, return a single string slice after we implement the longest function the code. ठीक है, ठीक है। हीर तो बड़ी सैड है जी, आजकल वेरी मैड है जी, डकाती पीती ना मुश्किल, प्यार की रूह में इतनी जल गई, रूम जाना मुश्किल है, जाना मुश्किल है, हीर की हालत कसम रब की, रब की आजकल वेरी मैड है जी। ठीक है, सो देर आर फंक्शन but it is ठीक है। ठीक है, इसमें लाइफ टाइम एनोटेशन होगा। ठीक है, ठीक है। ओके, शिट यार, माय फिंगर इज पेनिंग राइट नाउ। Function can accept any type when the single specific type parameter, okay, can accept with any lifetime specific। ठीक है। Lifetime doesn't say how, okay, rather they describe the relationship lifetime multiple reference to each other without affecting the lifetimes, okay. The function can accept any type and specify generic type parameter. Lifetime also have a slightly unusual index, okay. The name of the must be start with apostrophe, okay, and are usually all lowercase and very short like generic types. Most people use we place lifetime, okay. Here are some examples. अरे यार shit, where is that? Wait. अरे कहाँ गया? हाँ, this one. Okay. ओके चलो ठीक है, मैं समझ गया। ठीक है, सो लेट्स से okay, let me switch to my code editor, right? Let's say I'm creating a function that return the longer string, which is longer string। ठीक है, it's a snake case, right? Yeah, that will accept two string str1 longer slice में no sorry, ठीक है, and the second one str2 that is dang it, and it should return of course whatever we are accepting, it should be that type of return type, right? If str1 dot length, I don't know how to, length is a method, ठीक है, greater than str2 dot length, but curly braces x, else we can do like a one liner type also, and else not x, sorry, str1 otherwise str2, okay, it should be like that. Now let's say str1 ठीक है. अच्छा दीपक. str2 let's say I sometimes do messed up. I messed up with something without, I mean, unintentionally. What I can say, I'm not that good, might be. So whatever, whatever. I'm still not focusing on myself right now. That's the life, how it goes. ठीक है. Now I'm calling this function longer string. ठीक है. It will take the reference, so we need to use this what do you say, str1 and str2, right? Now when I try to compile this, it will give error. Why? Look, compiler itself, you know, Rust compiler is very helpful, because I don't know, might be other compiler would be very useful, because I mostly do programming in Python. Okay, so there is no compiler, so it does direct execution of that. I mean, it doesn't validate anything. Only validation whatever we are, let's say, variable is used before it's initialized, so we all know when it does direct execution. But in case of compiler, it first compile the code whether it's written or good. I mean, there are some rules written, I mean, it's following the rules that written in Rust. Okay, after that it will create a bytecode, then run this. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's the compiler working. So what I was saying, like this is the error I'm getting right now. Okay, and as we are accepting reference to the string, okay, compiler do not know, because we are not owning this value like str1. Okay, so compiler do not know what's the validation of this variable, like how much it live long. I mean, what its scope, because we are taking reference. Okay, so and why it is giving that error? There is a borrow checker that written in Rust which validate, like I don't know its scope, because we are taking a pointer of that, I mean reference to it. So to make sure, like borrow checker validate this, I mean to make sure borrow checker should know its lifetime, we use lifetimes in Rust. Okay, so let's say I'm creating this. I know this is a jargon just specific to Rust, and we need to provide a lifetime, like by this str1 variable and str2, it will its scope up to this function. After that it will be destroyed. Okay, so yeah, and let's say if it will work or not. It should work, by the way, but still, let's say it must compile. Okay, yeah, it's compiled, but I'm getting error. I'm getting error here. Okay, that's good. What happened? चलो हटाओ इसको, डैंगलिंग रेफरेंस को एग्जांपल तो हटा ही देता हूँ. ठीक है, so now it's working. Why is working? Because we are providing a lifetime kind of annotation to reference variables, like it will live long to this function. So borrow checker, please do not throw the error, because I already told you it will live long up to this line. So yeah, that's the lifetime thing. ठीक है guys, nice, good. ठीक है. I know. जिनको जो भी मिलता है देर सबक मुझसे बोले मेरा सब को सब नहीं मिलता। हटो। ठीक है। ठीक है। Okay, so where was I? So I think you got the gist of it, like what are the lifetimes. ठीक है। So let's move to the documentation right now. ठीक है। So yeah, this is I'm talking about. We want the signature to express. The function signature tells us that for some lifetime function takes two parameters which are string slice that live at least as long as the function signature also tells us that string slice return from function will live at least as long as lifetime. Okay. In practice means the lifetime of reference well is the same as the smaller. Okay. Okay. We are specifying that borrow checker should reject any value don't adhere to this constant. Okay. तो वो okay, yeah, not that. ठीक है. Not in function body, yeah. ठीक है. Having function signature contain the means where is my water bottle? Ball or water. If there is a problem with the way a function is annotated or way is called, the compiler error can point to the part of our code and constraint. Okay. If instead the Rust compiler made more references about what we intended in the relationship about compiler might only be doable point. Okay, and compiler made more inferences about the what we intended relation. When we pass concrete reference to longest, the concrete lifetime that is substitute for each part of x, the overlap with the scope y. In other words, the generic lifetime a will get concrete life that is equal to smaller lifetime. Okay, because we have annotated return. The return reference will be valid for length. Okay. Okay. ठीक है. Still, and therefore result will contain reference to string 1. ठीक है. ठीक है. So ठीक है, let's go back to my code editor. ठीक है. What I read, way back, like when I try to learn some new stuff, I though it's own perception, like you watch tutorial, I also watch tutorial as well, but I am trying to make my habit to read documentation. You will learn more from documentation. Okay. Yeah, it also click, I mean it's click your memory, like when you try to remember something now, so it just click uh, a particular point. Okay. So that's why I'm learning mostly from now documentation, and it will be a good habit for me as well. I don't need to rely on LLMs as well, though it's a very good thing. You can rely on, you can learn very fast, but if you really want to deep dive into something, so you need to follow little bit documentation as well. Yeah, though LLMs can generate very good code as well, but let's say somehow if it create a bug, okay, and you don't know like how is it happening, you don't know about the code as well, okay, so then it will be a very huge mistake. Let's say uh, recently the Linux developer who developed the Linux operating system, that is named Linus Torvald, okay, he also vibe coding these days, but he recently did some signal processing related stuff, like though he was reading signal processing from like I mean he was reading like since like many years, I don't know, but he vibe coded that thing, okay, and now people are frightening like oh, vibe code will eat to software developer job, but you need to remember like even Linus Torvald using vibe coding, but he know about the signal processing way back, like if somehow that's why he successfully developed this thing, okay. So as a developer you should know like what is happening under the hood, but that's your perception, that is my perception. I don't know what the future will be, but though LLMs are getting good these days as well, but let's see. Okay, ठीक है. So what was I saying? Let's say ठीक है, एक ये एग्जांपल, ठीक है, ये सही है. Still I'm little bit sad today. यार पता नहीं यार why I do like that. And now it will not work. Why is that? Shit, क्या हुआ ये? Cancel. Why it will not work? Let's see. Let's check. Because you cannot print ठीक है, ठीक है. Now let's say न खाती पीती अरे जान गए लेके सुरखे कजराटे टॉप के लटके झटके मार तू हमका फसावे गोरी तो बता तू कौन मुल्कन दुहा कर जाने होले. हाँ, so ठीक है. Look, though this function longer string already have like lifetime annotation, but still it's not working. Why is that? Because as we know str1 will live longer than str2, ठीक है, but somehow let's say str2, but its scope valid here, ठीक है, for str1 it will work. Let's say I mean what happened behind the scene. Like first it will check like str1 is longer than str2. Okay, this condition is satisfied, there is no problem in that. But what if str2 greater than str1? Okay, but its scope is limited to this. Let's say if there is a calculation going on here and there is other function as well, let's say कुछ भी हो सकता है, like on the str2, ठीक है, और ठीक है, means the str2 moved to this function. Okay, then was and we are running this situation, so it will create a conflict here. So Rust compiler is very smart. I mean, already created a rule like we can't we do not let execute this code, because might be str2 value could move to, I mean, owned by this function, then its scope already destroyed here. So that's why, I mean, yeah, no, yeah, there is a this is the one condition. Other condition is like that, look, this scope is only valid here. Okay, and we are already we need this result as well, like str2 greater than str1, but but its scope already done here, so there is no point to get the result. Okay, if you are not let reread the documentation again. Okay, what I am trying to say here, look, errors show that result to be valid for println. Okay, एक दोबारा ठीक है. Error show the result to be valid for print elements would not be valid until the end of autoscore. ठीक है. Rust know because know this because we annotated the lifetimes. ठीक है. Okay. ठीक है, यहाँ तक तो ये काम करेगा. दिस वन, दिस इज वैलिड, बट ठीक है, as human we can look at this code, the string 1 is longer than string 2. Yeah, therefore result will contain reference to string 2 because string 1 has gone out of scope yet. मतलब ये तो गया ही नहीं है क्योंकि इसका स्कोप यहाँ तक है. I mean sorry, यहाँ तक है. This scope is greater than string 2, right? Yeah. ठीक है. Therefore borrow checker disallow the code. ठीक है. So that's why I'm getting this error, because str2 already have क्या कहते हैं str1 will live longer than str2, so that's why I'm getting this error. Okay, it's already wait sorry, ठीक है. No, so that's why we are getting error here, even though we provide the lifetime here, but still it will not work because this is the rule first we need to follow now. That's why. Okay, nice. I know it's a little bit tricky, also new stuff as well. जान गए लेके सुरखे कनाटे टॉप के झटके झटके मार दूंगा फसावे. Oh shit, ओ भाई क्या हो गया यार, ये बहन जो नेट नहीं चलता यार, एक तो बकचोदी वाली। Oh shit. ओ भाई क्या हो गया यार, ये बहन जो नेट नहीं चलता यार, एक तो बकचोदी। ठीक है, so let's talk about the relationship. The way in which we need to specify lifetime parameter depend on what your function is doing. Okay? If we change the implementation of longest function to always return the first parameter rather than longest. Okay? You don't need to specify lifetime on y. Right. We have specified lifetime parameter. Okay. हो गोरी तो बता तो कौन दुहा कर जाने। ठीक है, देखो मैं इसका बताता हूँ, ये वाई इट इज़ नॉट वर्क, it is not working because look, though we are let's say shit यार, वैसे वर्क तो करना चाहिए इसे। oh, एक एक बार देख लेते हैं। चलो एक चीज़ कर लेते हैं कि ठीक है, what I will do, like let's say I'm not passing it, so मैं कार्गो बिल्ड करते हैं ऐसे। ठीक है, what I'm doing with cargo build just compile the code and it will just check the all the rule regulation that we have followed in code according to the Rust compiler. ठीक है, so now it's working, but let's say it's only written the that variable that matches the lifetime that I have written type. Okay, and let's see if I do like this, will it work or not? I don't think so, because it's not matching the life that written by the, yeah, it will work. Lifetime is required for this, so if I do, because we need this type of data, no? So that's why I'm saying ठीक है, now it's working. Okay, good stuff. अरे यार shit, ओ हम से तो what was I saying, like let's say if I try to return y here, okay, it will say like we have provided the lifetime, but the return type should also same lifetime na, a, so it will says like lifetime a and why should have a lifetime. Okay, otherwise it will be a dangling reference. Oh yeah, so look, it's also giving the solution over here. So I need to do this, it will work, right? Yeah, it will work. But let's say if I am returning x here, but x also satisfies the condition of return type here. Yeah, it will work now, even though we didn't provide here, because it's matter to the return type. That's why it will not give error right now, because one of variable should have this type of lifetime that we are dealing with in this in this function. So yeah, okay, ठीक है. ठीक है, ये तो समझ गया. Now go to the struct as well, because we have already discussed like mostly owned type data. I mean, not dealing with the references yet, so we also same यार, whatever we use in function ना we can use here. ठीक है. ठीक है. चलो भाई यही कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, लेट्स से आई एम क्रिएटिंग अ स्ट्रक्ट. ओके, क्या है नाम, क्या इसका, import excerpt, पता नहीं क्या है, आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट. important excerpt. ठीक है, फर्स्ट आई विल try to compile this. Okay, let's say it hold a value. ठीक है, that reference to the string slice, right? And I will try to compile this. It will give error, of course. Why it is giving this error? Because actually do not even struct do not hold any references to any data type, right? Because here compiler will say like I don't know whether it's lived long or not, so we need to provide here this one. Okay, okay, right. Yeah, it still give error. Why? Because we need to follow the syntax as well. So what kind of type of data it will deal with. So yeah, and it's not giving error right now. Okay, ठीक है. पाने से नहीं मिटते बैलों में रीलों में में फिल्मों के गानों में बढ़ती उड़ानों में हम ठीक है, ये चीज़ तो समझ ही आ गई होगी. चल एक एग्जाम्पल तो कर ही लेते हैं यार. एग्जाम्पल करना बहुत अच्छी बात होती है. तो यहीं से उठा लूँगा डॉक्यूमेंटेशन से. शिट. ठीक है, what I was saying, like this one, it will not work. Why? Same, we already discussed, like reference compiler do not know about the lifetime of a reference, like how much they will live long or not. So yeah, what is happening here? Shit. Okay, so it will give error. because you don't have any. So this is the syntax, like this struct going to deal this type of lifetime. So now it will successfully compiled, right? Okay, so let's say we are taking an example. Here we define the string and we are splitting by dot, and with the help of dot next we are taking the first sentence, right? And the unwrap means it will give error here, like if yeah. So let's say what I name of that, what is the name of that string, and this one, right? Okay, again. Okay, what is that, x, right? X is equal to first sentence, right? Yeah, no, sorry, the syntax is wrong here. Okay, now it will compile successfully. Yes, let's direct run, not compile this time. ठीक है, yeah, it's working. ठीक है, ये वाला तो कुछ नहीं था, कुछ नहीं, बस मैं टाइप करके देख रहा था सो दैट मसल मेमोरी बनी रहे हमारी भी स्ट्रक्ट की। ठीक है, ओके, लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन, लाइफ टाइम इलिएशन, to specify lifetime parameter for छोड़ूंगा ना तुझको कभी, तुम मान लेगा ये बात, तू मुस्कुरा, तेरी खामोशी से होता है दिन मेरा हंसता रहे। ना ना ना, हे हे ओ, हजारिया जबर खा, दिखाई दिए के बेखुद किया हमें आपस You have learned the ability to specify रूप तेरा, ना 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 ना, yeah, it's very difficult to survive these days. Yeah, both, need to complete lots of things in my life but unable to complete. Why it's working right now, even though it's taking reference to it is historical. In early versions this code wouldn't have compiled because every reference needed an explicit lifetime. Okay, ठीक है, ओके। ये क्या था कि पहले वाले वर्जन्स में हमेशा ऐसे लिखना होता था, ठीक है, A team found that were entering the same lifetime over and over in particular situations. Okay, these situations were predictable. Okay, and they follow the fifth deterministic pattern. Yes, of course. The developer programmed this pattern into the compiler code. Okay, so the border checker could infer the lifetime. Okay, and wouldn't need explicit annotations. रूप तेरा देखा मैनू दूर में जो तुम मेरे हो मैं भी कुछ नहीं मांगू दुनिया में और वहाँ कोई नहीं नहीं है जैसे जैसे कैसे जैसे वैसे दिल मेरे दिल में जो जिस पे रखे तुमने कदम अब से मेरा रास्ता जैसे मेरा तुमसे कोई पिछले जन्म का वास्ता है अधूरे अधूरे हमारे थे सारे हम जो हुए हैं अब तो सितारे ओ सितारे सितारे सितारे. Okay, so lifetime Bayesian rules. What are the rules? So these are the rules that programmers do not follow. It's already embedded in the borrow checker compiler. Sorry, that where we do not to explicitly define the let's say lifetimes. Let me give the example of that. Okay, ठीक है, that's good. Let's say let's take this example, right? If I it will work here. Why is that? Let me compile this code. Look, this is not giving error right now. Why is not giving error? Because we are taking only one parameter, that is reference. I mean reference to the any type of data. This is a slice of string. In compiler, it's already written like if there is a one parameter, say in that function I'm passing. If there is one parameter, so automatically it will do this. It will already recognize its lifetime, like how much it will long. It will do behind the scene like that. It's already written here, so programmer do not need to follow these things. Okay, so because it will be a repetitive pattern for the program as well. So yeah, that's why it's working right now. It's this rule already written in borrow checker. Compiler, yeah, okay, borrow checker. Borrow checker just check the lifetime whether it's valid or not. Yeah, so it's already written here. So this wait, sorry, let me switch to the documentation now. By the way, for those who don't know what I'm reading right now, this is a Rust book that officially written by the Rust developer. Yeah, so this is very good book. You can also follow this. I know it's not very entertaining. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's very boring. I really don't provide full information if there is still ambiguity about the what lifetime reference. Okay, so the compiler wants to guess what the lifetime of remaining reference should be. Instead of guessing, the compiler will give an error that you can resolve. Lifetime on function method parameter called input lifetime and lifetime on return value called output lifetime. they aren't explicit. Okay, the first two reply to input lifetime and the second to the, ठीक है. If the compiler get to end of three rules, क्या ये समझ नहीं आया यार, क्या है ये. Okay. पिछले जन्म का रास्ता तेरा होके दो. अच्छा अच्छा, फर्स्ट रूल तो यही है कि अगर ए फंक्शन विद वन पर गेट वन लाइफ टाइम पैरामीटर. ओके ठीक है. ए फंक्शन विद टू पैरामीटर गेट्स टू सेपरेट लाइफ टाइम. ठीक है. इट टोटली डिपेंड्स. सेकेंड रूल क्या, इफ दे रिजेक्टेड वन द लाइफ टाइम असाइन टू ऑल. ठीक है. और म्यू शेल बिकॉज दिस इज ए मेथड. ठीक है, कंपाइलर ऑलरेडी लगा देगा. ठीक है ठीक है. ओके यार, समझ नहीं आएगी क्या. हाँ यार, ये तो मेरे को भी थोड़ा ट्रिकी लग रहा है. चले चले जन्म का वास्ता है अधूरे. ठीक है. अब तो क्या बोल रहा है यार, लेट्स से तो बट ठीक है. तो ठीक है, इसमें तो ठीक है. सेकंड रोल में तो ये नहीं था यार. सेकंड रोल में ठीक है. लाइफ टाइम प्रोवाइड होगा तो। ठीक है, second rule, if there is exactly one input lifetime parameter, okay, and yeah, ठीक है भाई। इस केस में तो क्या होगा कि सबको ही मिल जाएगा, यहाँ भी हो जाएगा, यहाँ भी हो जाएगा। हाँ ठीक है, सब मिस कर देंगे बिकॉज इस केस में क्या होगा कि यहाँ पे दो डिफरेंट टाइप के हैं ना। एज लेट्स से वी आर द कंपाइलर, वी आर थिंकिंग लाइक ओके देयर आर टू डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ रेफरेंसेस, क्या है अब तो parameters, yeah, lifetime parameters. So we need to provide this as a compiler. We need to think like, okay, longest will deal with what is there, apostrophe a, apostrophe b, right? And we need to as a compiler we will do this. But if there is a one parameter with the lifetime, then output should be default be this one, okay. I mean it should be like that, but there are different what do you say, different lifetime. So the third rule will not apply, means input parameter lifetime will be imposed on the output of this function, but it will not happen here because there are two different lifetime here, okay, more than one lifetime. So third rule because तो बढ़िया रूप तेरा तेरा होके दूर मैं होया मैं। ठीक है, two input lifetime, okay. So just apply the first lifetime elision rule and h एक मिनट ऐसे कैसे एक ठीक है, थर्ड लाइफ टाइम रूल क्या था? where two इस केस में फेल हो गया। तो थर्ड रूल था क्या? थर्ड रूल था कि there are multiple but one of them is self or this and the lifetime। ठीक है इसने बोला है, ठीक है थर्ड रूल के हिसाब से देख लेते हैं। there are two inputs so ठीक है। सो इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि देखो यहाँ पे दो है, दोनों मतलब रेफरेंस है, तो इसमें क्या होगा कि अकॉर्डिंग टू थर्ड रूल ऑफ इलियन लाइक इट्स लाइफ टाइम विल बी इम्पार्ट टू दिस आउटपुट, सो वी डोंट नीड टू बॉदर दिस। ओके इसमें भी लिखा भी होगा कि बिकॉज द वन ऑफ पैरामीटर सेल्फ एंड रिटर्न टाइम। ठीक है हाँ अभी इसको सीख लेते हैं स्टैटिक लाइफ टाइम क्या होता है। Okay, if I will do this na, so this value will be directly always available in binary, therefore एमटी है टी का मतलब क्या है? अच्छा अनाउंसमेंट ओके नाउ टेस्ट। यार टेस्ट वेस्ट का तो मैं बिल्कुल भी फ़ैन नहीं हूँ यार, देख ही लेते हैं वैसे क्या है, थोड़ा पढ़ ही लेते हैं। ओके यार बिल्कुल ही मन नहीं है, आई लिटरली डोंट वांट टू डू दिस। अरे बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है यार ये तो। टेस्ट वाली चीज़ तो हटा ही दो यार, आई रियली डोंट वांट टू रीड अबाउट दिस। कहाँ पे आ गया मैं, कौन सी चाहिए भाई साहब। मैं पहली बार यू नो दैट आई एम फर्स्ट टाइम रीच दिस, ऑफ कोर्स आई skip this thing, but this is my first time reading. Mhm. Oh, GREP full form, globally search a regular expression and print. Oh, nice. GREP tool. बे यार कलेक्ट कहाँ से आ गया, कलेक्ट पता नहीं। चल ठीक है, सो ठीक है गाइज, आज का पढ़ाई बहुत होगी, हम कर लेते हैं थोड़ी, क्या कर लेते हैं, लेट्स डू सम लिटिल बिट सर्चिंग अबाउट का, वेट वेट या S&P 500, oh my god, crash. Benjamin Cohen is in rage mode right now. I always I'm releasing a new coin announcement to save the tranches from death. Okay. Load for extracted coin playing short term game. Damn. Eh? What? What the hell? करो वेरीफाई करो. अड़िए रूप तेरा. अरे हाँ, पेनक्रिएटिक कैंसर का क्योर ढूंढ लिया यार. बहुत बहुत पता है, पेनक्रिएटिक आई मीन फर्टिलिटी रेट अराउंड 90% है. and they do some experiment on what's say mice. ठीक है, कोई नहीं. Damn market. And follow this guy as well is very good. Tomorrow is going bloodbath for Indian market as well. I'm pretty damn sure. Damn. Okay, let's check what is trending in hacker news as well. Gold still increasing. I mean, shit भाई, bear market start हो गया भाई. Okay. What is this? Okay, let's summarize this by with the help of Grok, right? चला मैं गली Vitamin D and omega 3 have a larger effect on depression than antidepressants. Oh my god. ठीक है. क्या है ये, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया. हट, मैं नहीं देख रहा इसे. हट, इतना थोड़ी इंटेलिजेंट हूँ मैं. मच गुड. चलो ठीक है गाइस, आई एम लिटिल बिट स्लीपी राइट नाउ. Do you want to listen some song or not? Let me know. चलो ठीक है, सो रहा हूँ मैं, दिमाग खराब हो गया. वेयर इज माई दिस वन एंड द स्ट्रिंग. बाय, गुड नाइट, शब्बा खैर, कैलाश खैर.